I don't know if a lot of people know, you know, I used to do lights at the club.
You knew that? How'd you know that? Oh, yeah.
And, you know, obviously, because I know when I DJ and when I first started DJing, it was just like, I was wishing the lighting guy was a DJ so he would know the songs.
Right, he's more upbeat than the DJ.
Right, exactly.
That's scary.
So now that, obviously, you're bringing that to your show, how important is that?
Yeah, I guess that just kind of applies to me in my little world at that time because in Niagara Falls we didn't have dick. You know? And it was actually at a time when I first started getting into electronic music. It was only available on vinyl, and this was the only place that sold said vinyl. So we had to drive up an hour and a half, you know, with Dread and all that stuff. And I'm like this 17-year-old little go to the record store. So we went and buy records, and I wouldn't get any of them, and you know, go back, and then he opened up the record shop, and then there was a nightclub, and I just wanted to get all my hands in every little dirty pie with, you know, electronic music and clubbing because it was just so big and cool to me when I was a kid. So yeah, I was an LD, not an LD, like a light button pusher guy. At Anaconda or Cell Block or whatever the fuck it was. I went through like 4 different names.
Of course,
and I really got into it. I got into it so much that George ended up firing the guy that came in and installed it because I had learned all the DMX and all the PC and all that stuff, and then, you know, next thing you know, a year later, I'm up on a ladder, you know, readdressing lights and, you know, going all crazy because it was just, you know, it was tech, it was fun, and I got in the club for free, and I could go to high school with all the 8th graders and be like, fuck you, I get in for free, you know, kind of thing. So it was cool. I was in, you know what I mean?
You were in, man.
So it was good, and at least I was useful too, you know what I mean? Because I knew people that were in there were just tits.
We've all been through that, man.
So, you know, I would casually, you know, as I started, the music thing started taking off, I'd casually dip into lighting and stuff like that because it was at a point where it's like, okay, so what? You got a couple hit tracks up on Beatport. I'm not going to go out and start designing a fucking 40 by 80 foot stage, you know. So, but I still kind of kept my eye on it, you know, and little by little we were, you know, acquiring this kind of thing where we would go on tour and have a little stage, big stage, and we go the biggest, you know, and so I'm really in touch with my current LD guys, and you know, they're the world's best, absolutely fucking amazing. They do everyone. They really do. It's such an incestuous fucking industry too. Stage production totally is. Like they do Nine Inch Nails, Daft Punk, fucking you name it, you know, and it's all the same fucking dudes. And it's so funny because it's like, hey, that's why you never really see, and this is funny too, big electronic acts tour at the same time. Because we like pour out our LDs, it's the same dudes or team of dudes, you know? So, because it's just such a niche thing, like music making was back in the day, LD is now, you know what I mean? So it's not like kids are sitting at home, I want to be a fucking stage designer, you know what I mean? So obviously when I was working with them on the stage design and stuff like that, it was kind of, I guess, maybe a little bit refreshing for them that there wasn't some, you know, idiot drummer dude going, just blue, make the light blue, whatever you gotta do. And then here we want all this fire, and they're like, you know what I mean? So
more of a collab,
it was a bit of a collab. It was really mostly all them because it's just, again, with computers and technology and music making software, that shit like is out the door in 6 months too. All new product, you know what I mean? That someone has to learn.
No, I don't.
So, you know, it was really cool to be able to get it, you know. It's kind of like, you know, being the actor who doesn't know shit, and then all of a sudden he's being CG'd and stuff like that. I've seen some really cool actors that know the shit and will go to the CG studios and, you know, kind of help out with you know, stuff like that. So I'm like kind of one of those dudes, you know. If I have something to do with it, or if it has something to do with the show and the production or my music, I got to get in there, you know what I mean?